If anyone on your team or even you have ever said things like, my prospect doesn't exist anymore, my best client doesn't value what it is I have to offer, or sales is like, yeah, people aren't getting it, or they're only asking about price. We have to explain so much. I'm not sure people even want what I have to offer. Sales is so hard now. People don't get the value. If anyone on your team has said that, I need you to stop and really appreciate these statements for what they are. A really big warning light. These are huge, huge red flag symptoms of a very easy problem to solve. The problem comes in when you or someone on your team presumes that the issue is absolutely intractable. Basically, the world is ending. Oh my gosh, nobody buys copy anymore. Nobody buys design anymore. Nobody buys WordPress anymore. Oh my gosh, the world is ending. People are fundamentally different. It's not true. And when it comes to things like AI, what do we have? Like a 1% adoption or something? There are business owners who don't even have a website yet, let alone are concerned about the latest Claude drop or whatever is going on. Come on. It's the biggest cop out. And if you're really good-hearted, you really care about what you do and you're really plugged into the industry and plugged into your competitors and plugged into LinkedIn or whatever, it is easy to turn things inward and go, well, the problem must be me. That's ultimately what you're saying when you say that people don't buy whatever it is you do. You're saying people don't buy me. People don't buy us. They don't value us. And I'm guessing this shows up elsewhere, and we'll talk about that another day. And it sounds smart. It feels smart. It feels right because it's reminiscent of something else that has nothing to do with actual market factors. It sounds right until you really dig in. Because let's think about it logically for a second. If what you say is true, that the way that you do things gets your best client, your best prospect, your best buyer, the success, the results, the whatever they're looking for, and it does it better, faster, easier, more ethically, more enjoyably, whatever, than the other solutions out there, why wouldn't they value it? Why wouldn't they value it? Right? The only reason they wouldn't value it is because they didn't know they were supposed to. Let me repeat that. The only reason that your best prospects wouldn't know to value the way that wouldn't know to value the way that you do things in order to get the result that they want is because they didn't know and because you didn't tell them. This is also why, incidentally, the more people that you have or the more businesses you have selling kind of the same thing, the more sales everybody gets. It's like, you put a pizza shop on the street and then, you put another pizza shop on the street and they all do better. Some of that is also marketing, right? The more people doing this fundamental marketing, let's talk about the pain points, let's connect the dots. They're doing the fundamental selling and more people go, oh, I get it. I get it now. So if you've got this red flag in your business of, oh my gosh, nobody's buying, people are confused, they're overwhelmed, they don't get it, they're asking stupid questions like, what is the price? The other person can do it differently. Warning, Will Robinson, danger. It's a problem. And it's a problem, thankfully, that you can solve. And I want to make 2 points here really quick. And I want you to keep them in mind. I want you to put them on a freaking piece of paper when you start to get all antsy about this. 3 things actually, rather. 1, it is not the prospect's job to woo themselves. It is not their job to dig into your stuff and figure out the point you're making. If you're wanting to be clever, if you're wanting to I don't want to be salesy, so I'm just going to kind of, no, it is not their job, and they cannot and they will not find out why they should work with you. 1. 2, If you cannot make it clear in your marketing, in your messaging, and how you conduct your sales, exactly how what you do connects to the outcome that they want, which connects to the symptoms that they're having right now. If you can't paint that picture, and we can do it in 100 different ways. Like my offer therapy engagement teaches you how to do it in so many different ways. You will never, ever come to the table and go, I don't know what to say. I don't know what else. Like, no, we will have tons of ideas. I promise you. But if you cannot paint that picture, how can you get the result for the client? You probably won't because you're not clear enough. Because that's point 2. Point 3, if you can paint that picture and you refuse to, you will not. Are you a scammer? Should you be trusted with your clients' businesses or lives or whatever you do? Maybe not. Or maybe you're not a scammer, but you need to get over your own internal stuff. And that's what the mindset portion of offer therapy does, if you want to talk more about that. But if you do not, cannot, and will not paint that picture, you're not going to have sales, or sales are going to be slow. They're going to be painful. It's going to be long, right? That whole, it takes 2 years to close because why? Why? And you're probably not going to be able to sell the high fees that you want. You're not going to be able to position yourself as an expert who gets good fees for good outcomes delivered. The sales team is going to spend a lot of time doing selling that, frankly, your marketing should have done. So you know me, I believe that marketing should make sales easier. Marketing should empower sales. It should lead directly to sales, right? That was the whole point of doing all of this metrics gathering in the first place that HubSpot did, and, ClickFunnels and all of these things. The whole point was out of direct response. It was out of marketing needs to be accountable. Marketing should be accountable. We should approach all marketing with that accountability, results-driven, account-driven mindset. I remember one conversation I had early in my career where I was talking to an SEO guy. So I was at a co-working space here in Bloomington. This co-working space has since closed. But I was outside, and I think I was drinking a coffee, and he was smoking. And I was like, "Oh, what do you do?" He goes, "I do marketing," and I don't remember how we got to it. I think I was talking about how I drive sales and revenue and stuff. And he was like, it never occurred to me to connect what we do to sales. Now he was an SEO guy, and I was just like, what? How? It's so baked into direct response into how I came into marketing and copy and doing this work that I get itchy if I'm working on an engagement that isn't offer therapy. If I'm working on an engagement and it's not tied to revenue, I get itchy. I get really itchy because that's not what we're here for. So anyway, that got off track. Your marketing should be driving sales. So if your sales is doing all of the work, handling all of the objections, warming people up, following and chasing. That's not to say you shouldn't do follow-ups. You absolutely should do follow-ups. You should do nurturing. But if your sales is doing all of that, your marketing missed the mark. Period. End of story. Call me and let's figure out what went wrong because it missed the mark. So how do you fix this? How do you fix the nobody gets what I'm selling and they have objections and questions or they're not contacting me at all? Sales has to do all the work. How do you fix this? This is where we get all pinky in the brain. What are we doing tonight? Well, we're doing the same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. What are we doing? We're getting super clear. I'm going to repeat this every day until you get it, right? Until you go, oh, yes, let's do it. I want you trying it. Try it. Do it. When you get stuck, call me. Email me. Send me a little postcard. Lynn, we need you. You have to get super, super clear on the exact outcome you get. And you can only do that when you get really, really, really clear on exactly who you help. Where on the sophistication spectrum does your best person actually lie? Where do they actually sit? It's probably not the person that you're thinking about when you write copy. It's probably not the person you're thinking about when you're prompting something. It's probably not the person you're thinking about when you're creating your webinars and your ads. I guarantee it because I've been in these businesses, multi-million-dollar businesses, and they're not targeting their best person. And when we fix that, magic. sales, 10x number of booked calls. $1 million project for a $30 million tech agency in 90 days, where before they said marketing doesn't work. Fast. But you have to get this right. And most don't, right? So exact best client, the exact in specific details, in testimonials, in numbers, in as many different ways as you can describe that outcome scenario, that benefit. Get clear on it. And then get clear on where your ideal client, what kind of life they're experiencing, what kind of business they're experiencing, what their symptoms are. That you can then go, oh, aha. Just like I did in this video, just like I did in this article. I'm going, oh, like a doctor, oh, that. Now about this and this, that. Yes. That's your problem, right? You need to be able to do that, connect it back to the outcome, and then go, okay, here's how I get you that easily, quickly, the higher quality, with better results, with more recognition, with more appreciation. So I make you look like a rock star while getting exactly what you want to get, right? You need to be able to do that, whether it's a webinar, presentation, a direct mail letter, videos, interviews, your book, website copy, posts, articles, emails. The medium is irrelevant. It is absolutely irrelevant. I do videos because I like my face. I think I have a pretty face. I like talking. You don't have to, right? My system is not about you posting videos. My system is about you being able to be so freaking clear, so clear that whatever you want to put out in your marketing, from postcards to presentations, everything in between, works like magic. So my name is Lynn Swayze. I am the Experts Copywriter, founder of Offer Therapy. You can find me at lynnswayze.com. You can subscribe on about every channel where you see this: Substack, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, lynnswayze.com/daily. Please try this. Please, 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 please try this, and comment with your questions, or, hey, I'm doing this. Like, even if it's just, hey, Lynn, I'm going to try this today. I would love to know, hey, Lynn, I'm trying this today. That would be such a boost for me. So please do that if you're trying it, and share. If you have somebody in your circle and they're like, I don't think people will buy what I want, nobody likes me, send this to them, because this is the fix. This is the fix. So again, my name is Lynn Swayze, LYNNSWAYZE. I'm the Experts Copywriter, founder of Offer Therapy, and I hope to hear your comment or question soon that you are trying it, or, Lynn, I got stuck, and let's fix it. Talk soon.